Hello everyone, welcome to another video from EVGA Associates. So we're going to start another build series here. After our first build that I did with the Ryzen 7 2700X, my dad saw it and really liked it and wanted a new computer of his own. So he asked me to build him a system, and I gave him the specs for 3 different options, from low end, middle tier to high end. He decided that he wanted the high end because, you know, he's a guy and we all like, you know, more horsepower. Yeah. Anyway, his actual rationale was this is probably the last computer he'll buy, potentially. And he wanted the best bang for his buck and one that would keep running for several years to come. He tends to keep things forever. And so, like I said, he just wanted a good, strong system that would allow him to do what he wants to do and be, you know, kind of future-proof, as it were. So what he likes to do is he surfs the web, like most folks does. He also does some photo editing, so some basic photo editing, nothing super fancy, just some basic photo cleanup. He likes to take old pictures of the family and try to, you know, enhance them, make them look better. Some of these have been water damaged and things like that. So he likes to do that. He's very big into genealogy. So he's always working on genealogy type stuff with research and family tree graphics and things of that nature. He also is big into history. So he's currently working on a project now to catalog all of the casualties of the Civil War here in the U.S., both North and South. So he's working that. So he's got a big spreadsheet and all that he does. Of course, he does Word documents and things of that nature. And he is a now retired civil engineer, land surveyor. So sometimes he still likes to monkey in CAD, AutoCAD type systems. So try to build him a system that would allow him to do all of that with current versions of those software packages, as well as kind of what we would expect in how those would evolve over a 3 to 5 year period. So this is kind of what we've got for him here is a system. We're going Ryzen again, so I'll move this out of the way. We've got a Ryzen 5 2600 here, so kind of a mid-tier processor for him, but it's 6 cores, 12 threads, more than enough for what he's gonna be doing. So just kind of a step down from the original one we built. We're pairing that with the ASUS ROG Strix B450 motherboard. So very similar to the motherboard we used in our last build, just again kind of a step down from that, but very powerful, well worth it. And then we've got some, again, Gskill Ripjaw 5 RAM to go with it. It is the 3200, so we got 16 gigs of that, 2 8 gig sticks to give us plenty of memory. We're going to be putting this inside of this Antec quiet case here. It's the was it HB5 1910 or P100? I'm sorry, P100 case. We'll do a full unboxing of this so you can see what's in this case. One of the primary reasons that I chose this case for him is because of this boy right here. So this is an LG DVD Blu-ray drive. My dad's still big on using CDs and DVDs for data storage and things. So he wanted one. So we got that for him. And this case has external external bays. So we can put that in and he can use it like, you know, you would. So he's still with that. But again, we'll talk more about this case later. One thing about this case is it did only have 2 fans included with it. So I picked up another Corsair 140mm fan to help with our cooling. Also to go with cooling, I will be using the cooler that came with my Ryzen 7 2700X cooler on here in place of the one stock one that comes with this, because the Ryzen 7 stock cooler is better than the one that comes with the Ryzen 5. So we'll be going that to give him plenty of cooling. He shouldn't need any fancy AIOs or anything of that nature. To drive our video, we're going to have a Radeon RX 580 graphics card, the Red Dragon series in there. So this should be a pretty well, more than enough card for him. And again, we'll do an unboxing of this one. This first AMD video card I think I've ever used personally in a build. So we'll take a look at that. To handle our storage, we're going with 3 drives. So the first one we have here is the 860 EVO. This is a standard SATA SSD. This one is 500 gigabytes. So this will be for working with his images and all that. So it's got good speed. Our actual boot disk or drive, I should say, is the 970 EVO. Basically the same one we put in the Ryzen 7 build we did earlier, but this is a smaller drive. It's 256 gigabytes NVMe, just like in the other build. Was going to go with the 500, but they were out at Micro Center. They didn't have it, so this was why we have two drives. It was only going to be one, and then to handle some of his archive files and things like Word docs and Excel spreadsheets that are small enough that the speed doesn't really matter so much. I've got a, pardon me, Western Digital Blue mechanical drive, 7200 RPM, 2 terabyte SATA 3 drive here that'll handle all of his storage needs, archives, anything he's not actively working on there. And then powering this whole thing is going to be this Gskill Ripsaw PS 7500G power supply. It is fully modular. So unlike in the Ryzen 7 build we did, we had a partially modular supply. This one's fully modular, meaning all of the cables I can choose to plug in. Should give us a cleaner build. Don't have to have as many wires in there. So it should be a very good one. And first time I've used this, but it's also 80 plus gold certified, so a pretty high-end power supply for the whole system. And then to view all of this wonderful stuff, we're hooking him up with this Acer 27-inch monitor here. It is the, it's a K2 series Acer monitor. It does 920 by 1080. Which again, for what he doesn't do gaming or anything, is more than sufficient and better than the ones he currently has. He's down, I think he has 22-inch monitors that are probably close to 8 or more years old. So got this. And then I have another monitor. I'm going to give him one of mine. It's a Dell 27-inch gaming monitor. So you'll have 2 27-inch monitors to work off of, and should have a pretty nice system when we're all set and done with it. And the nice thing is, he can upgrade. When the new Ryzen 3rd generation chips come out, or potentially 4th, but at least the 3rd gen, he could easily upgrade his CPU. The motherboard can handle additional memory if he needs it. I don't think he will, but it can handle it. So got plenty of capability here. I think he'll really enjoy the system. It should run circles around everything that he has now. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see how this one works. Again, my kind of second build here in the last 6 months, so it's always fun to play with this stuff. So let's go ahead and build the system and see how well it works. Okay, so we've got the system all put together now. See, it's up and working. There is our power supply, the Ripjaw Gskill 80 plus certified modular power supply. There is our AMD Radeon video card in there with its single power connector. And there's our 2 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive and our SSD down there. You can see our 16 gigs of RAM installed, and there's the cooler that I took from the Ryzen 7 and put onto this Ryzen 5. Back underneath there, briefly, you can see the NVMe drive that was in there. We continue to kind of come around and look at the front of the case here. You can see our USB ports, USB 3s and 2s. Open it up, there's that DVD-ROM Blu-ray drive in there, and the extra fan that I added, it had some RGB in there. So it's set up to be blue. Got my Strix ROG sticker on there. I put on there just so my dad could show it off. And you can see it booted up fine with Windows. Is up and running on there. It's a Windows 10 Home Edition. So all in all, it went together pretty quickly. Here, of quickly kind of see the back. I'm trying to do my best to take pictures of it. Sorry, this kind of got blurry, but you can see we got USB 2s, 3s on there, Type C port and whatnot. So did pretty well on that one. So with that, now let's take a look and see how well the system actually performs. So I installed Cinebench on here and ran tests for both the CPU and the GPU, and it tested extremely well. Got some really high scores, as you can see here. So I think my dad will be very happy with this new system. It should be more than enough for what he needs it for. With that, we'll go ahead and call it a day for this video. Well, it appears that my camera stopped recording and I wasn't aware of it. So anyway, again, hopefully you've liked this video. You learned some neat things and enjoyed seeing the new system that I built for my dad come together and see it a little bit perform there. Remember, if you really like our videos, to give this one a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to our channel. And of course, if you truly want to really help us get better at this, get some better equipment and have cameras that don't cut off like this one did, please become a patron of our channel. I'll include the link to that here in the description as well as on the screen. And don't forget, we have a new merchandise store. So if you want an EGIS Associates shirt or coffee cup or something like that, feel free to go there and pick you up some good merchandise. So with that, we'll see you in the next video, and have a good one.